As the once vibrant tapestry of democracy unraveled, a dictatorship emerged, casting a dark shadow over Ruda's dominion. In the heart of this autocracy, the leader, now known as the Datu, wielded unparalleled powers, unburdened by constraints or limitations. The corridors of politics were reshaped, and the National Assembly, once a bastion of collective decision-making, now stood as a mere symbol, its influence erased from the governance landscape. Dictatorships, with their centralized authority, became the hallmark of Ruda's regime. The internal elite, consisting of advisors, generals, and high-ranking officials, danced to the tunes orchestrated by the Datu. Politics unfolded within this closed circle, where loyalty was rewarded and dissent met ruthless oppression. The metamorphosis orchestrated by Ruda stripped the National Assembly of its pivotal role, rendering it a hollow shell devoid of any substantive power. The echoes of parliamentary debates were replaced by the resounding authority of the Datu, whose rule became an unchallenged force. Ruda reveled in the glory he built upon the shaky foundations of faith. The title of Datu, echoing the rulers of ancient civilizations, marked a departure from the democratic ideals that had once guided the nations. The clash between two civilizations, separated by millennia of evolution and distinct species and cultures, cast an unbridgeable chasm over Ruda's realm. Yet, beneath the veneer of imposed order, the embers of resistance smoldered, patiently awaiting the spark that would set them ablaze. The dichotomy between the ancient emulation and the modern society's evolved principles fanned the flames of discontent. The people, once active participants in the political arena, found themselves relegated to the sidelines, their voices muffled but not silenced. The smoldering resistance, a silent force, bided its time, aware that the seeds of rebellion were sown in the hearts of those who yearned for the restoration of their autonomy. The stage was set for a confrontation, as the rigid dictatorship of Ruda faced the brewing storm of opposition, a storm that, when unleashed, would test the very foundations of his iron rule. As Ruda basked in the trappings of power, his grip on the continent tightened with each passing day. The Datu's decrees became law, and dissent was swiftly quelled by the iron fist of his regime. The once vibrant cities now echoed with the hollow footsteps of fear, their inhabitants cowed into submission by the specter of retribution. But amid the oppressive atmosphere, whispers of resistance began to circulate, spreading like wildfire through the underground networks that spanned the continent. Small acts of defiance, once inconsequential, now posed a threat to the Datu's authority, igniting the flames of rebellion in the hearts of the oppressed. In the dark alleys and hidden corners of the cities, secret meetings were held, where dissenters plotted the downfall of the tyrant who held their fate in his hands. The resistance, fueled by a collective desire for freedom, grew stronger with each passing day, its ranks swelling with disillusioned citizens who yearned for a return to the principles of democracy and justice. Meanwhile, in the ivory towers of power, the Datu remained oblivious to the growing unrest, his confidence bolstered by the illusion of invincibility. Surrounded by sycophants and yes-men, he believed himself to be untouchable, blind to the storm clouds gathering on the horizon. But even the mightiest of empires are built on fragile foundations, and beneath the veneer of strength, cracks began to appear. Dissension simmered within the ranks of the elite, as whispers of treachery and betrayal threatened to undermine the Datu's authority from within. As the tension mounted and the stakes grew higher, Ruda found himself faced with a choice: to cling to power at any cost or to heed the warnings of history and relinquish his iron grip on the continent. But pride and arrogance blinded him to the inevitable reckoning that loomed on the horizon.